Workday sends the police to a Black employee's house. Hell of a thing. Put up the company here. A Black Workday employee has filed a race and disability discrimination lawsuit against his employer after the employer sent police to his house. Now, they're saying it was for a wellness check, okay? While he was being treated at a hospital and requested medical leave. Anthony Hill, a senior legal counsel at Workday, who was Black and on leave from the company, filed a lawsuit in the Northern District of California's court, December 2023. The case is still ongoing. In June, the case was dismissed without prejudice because the court ruled that Hill had not adequately pleaded. The California law should apply basically outside of the territorial jurisdiction. Workday is based in California, while Hill is in Maryland. Hill has filed an amended complaint, which Workday has moved to dismiss. So it was rejected based on the doctrine of basically territory, jurisdiction. Jurisdiction had not been properly pleaded in his initial case. It wasn't because he didn't have a case. He just had to amend the filing in order to make sure jurisdiction was properly noted. Hill was on medical leave. Leading up to his leave, Hill said he started drinking more as he faced more stress. October 12, 2022, he went to the hospital because of stress and exhaustion and trauma associated with this and other discriminatory, retaliatory, harassing, and hostile treatment of him by other Workday employees, the lawsuit said. Now, you would imagine that without the police being sent to this man's home, there would be more people who probably took the side of the company. As there's no way this large company is doing all of this to him. I mean, he knows the law. And then they send the police to his house. Now, that day, Hill emailed his manager to inform her he was having a medical emergency and going to the hospital. He also sent a completed leave request form and said he will file the required Family and Medical Leave Act paperwork soon. The following day, his manager replied with information about FMLA and said, "Please don't worry about work and focus on feeling better," end quote. On October 20, 2022, while he was still at the hospital, Workday sent police to his house for a wellness check. According to a police report about the incident, a safety and security manager at Workday called the police for a welfare check on Hill because the company was unable to contact Hill or his wife, his emergency contact. The police spoke with Hill's wife, who confirmed that Hill was in medical treatment, the report said. Hill told Business Insider that he didn't receive any records, calls, or emails from Workday after the last email from his manager on October 13th and before the incident. At the hospital, Hill couldn't use a cell phone. So a member of the rehabilitation center staff informed Hill about this and allowed him to call his wife. Hill said that when he heard about this, he felt as if he was going to have a heart attack, and his wife, who was home at the time, was rattled by the whole incident. This man is already in the damn hospital under rehabilitation because of the massive, extreme harassment and more from his employer, according to the allegation. He takes mental health days. He gets his ducks in a row. He's recalibrating, resetting. Give me time. I got it. FMLA covers me. There's a law. I filed the paperwork, sent the email, follow the rules. Get a response. Focus on getting better. And then the company, according to the allegation, they don't do it themselves. They call the security department. I promise you, this didn't generate with the security department. They're just doing the job, right? They contact the security department for the security department to do their dirty work. Why? Security department. Now you contact 911 and you say, it's a welfare check. We're going to catch you. What? adding to this man's suffering inside of a place where he needs all of the focus and attention to be about him recalibrating to life. So they sent the police to the man's home. Wife rattled, he's rattled. Quote, there's nothing they would have thought cops with guns could solve on October 30th that doctors could not have solved. Hill said. Hill filed an equal employment opportunity commission charge against Workday, April 2023. In August 2023, he first filed a lawsuit against the company in the Superior Court for the District of Columbia. They voluntarily dismissed without prejudice for him to refile. A few months after returning from leave, Hill asked Workday's Human Resources Department in March 2023 for more information on the wellness check. The staff declined to provide him with information or documentation about it. Now, remember, HR, learned this during my MBA studies. HR is not there for you. They are there for the CEO and the board. All right, so believe that. Okay, Sharon, I can't think, one, this is a dumbass move by the company because prior, there's likely no legal liability outside of probably workman's comp, all right? Then when they sent the police to his home, now you possibly have the wife who can claim emotional distress. You definitely have likely significant workplace violations, liability galore. They've made it infinitely worse for themselves, while also, for that day at least, making it worse for him and his wife. What say you?
I say I've met this HR person, and I've met that they're all pretty stupid. They don't really have a life outside of work. And I had hoped that as much as I enjoy it, at some point, your I Wish a Karen Would segment would be obsolete. There'd be no need for it.
Right.
I need you to expand it today. A lot of Karens, a lot of Kens working at this establishment. Thank you, California. The case is going to be heard out there. All right. No, okay, Doc.
It's an interesting saga. You wonder, you guys are supposed to be smart people. Okay, all right.